Hello everyone, welcome to Exam में दोस्ती YouTube channel. Today we are going to discuss about 1952 Mulki agitation and Gair Mulki movement which was done in City College incident. Let's start the video. During the J.N. Chowdhury military rule and M.K. Velludi civilian rule from 1948 to 1952, hundreds of non-Mulkis were appointed in Hyderabad state. All these appointments were done against previous Mulkis rules issued by Nizam and J.N. Chowdhury. The major problem faced by the locals is with the Andhra people who were appointed in various positions of Hyderabad government. By 1952, there were three types of Gair Mulkis in Hyderabad state. First one, non-Mulkis appointed in the positions where no Mulkis had the required eligibility to fill in. Second one, non-Mulkis appointed on temporary basis. Non-Mulkis appointed through fake Mulki certificates. The domination and exploitation of Andhra people led to a massive uprising in Hyderabad state, Gair Mulki movement 1952. Hyderabad State Legislative Assembly discussions on the appointment of non-Mulkis. Legislators from opposition parties questioned the Chief Minister and his minister on non-Mulki appointment in government jobs in 1952. June 11, 1952, MLA Venkatarama Rao questioned the delay in sending back non-Mulkis employees to their native places. Other opposition members like Rajaram, Pratap Reddy, Gurvar Reddy and Hanumanta Rao questioned the government on Mulkis rights. The Chief Minister replied that the non-Mulkis should be continued in police department to ensure law and order of the state. He also favored the conditions of non-Mulkis teachers in schools because of the scarcity of local teachers to teach regional languages. The shocking reply by the Chief Minister increased the unrest and insecurity among Telangana employees and youth, and that further led to Gair Mulki movement in 1952. Initiation of Mulki movement in Warangal. 1952 Gair Mulki movement was first started in Warangal. Immediate cause of this movement, biased nature of then divisional Inspector of Schools, Mr. Parthasarathi. Mr. Parthasarathi, who was the divisional inspector of schools, was biased towards non-Mulkis with respect to transfers and increments. He appointed many non-Mulkis teachers in Warangal by transferring 180 Mulki teachers to remote areas in June 1952. Because of his harassments and ill treatment towards Mulki teachers in Warangal, the principal of Central Middle School, Rashid Al-Hassan, died of cardiac arrest on 23rd December 1951. Despite taking these incidents to the notice of higher officials by teachers and politicians, the government showed least importance to this issue. On repetitive grievances, then Deputy Director of Education Dr. Shendarkar visited Warangal on 26th July 1952 to investigate the allegations against Parthasarathi. Knowing this, around 4,000 students from Warangal held a rally from Hanamakonda Chaurasta to the office where the investigation is going on. This rally, which happened on 26th July 1952 under the leadership of a politician named Hayagrivachari, can be considered as the first organized protest in 1952 Gair Mulki movement. Students came up with multiple slogans like Non-Mulki Go Back, Idli Sambar Go Back, Madrasi Go Back and Gongura Pickle Go Back, etc. to express their dissent against Andhra domination. On 28th July 1952, the students from colleges and schools in and around Warangal formed Student Joint Action Committee with Mr. Buchaya as its convener. The Student Joint Action Committee made a resolution on 28th July 1952. Important features of this resolution: constitution of a cabinet subcommittee by the Chief Minister of Hyderabad State, issue of job notification and fill the vacancies according to Mulki rules, government efforts to eliminate the domination of non-Mulkis in Hyderabad State. On 6th August 1952, the student of Joint Action Committee of Warangal met Chief Minister Burgula Ramakrishna Rao under the leadership of convener Buchayya. They submitted a memorandum to the Chief Minister with a list of their demands, including the constitution of a cabinet subcommittee. Burgula Ramakrishna Rao reacted to their demands positively and promised to fulfill their aspirations. 22nd August 1952, Burgula Ramakrishna Rao visited Warangal to attend a public meeting. Students of Joint Action Committee leaders questioned the CM on the progress of their demands. Students of Joint Action Committee held a meeting and wrote a letter to CM that they will convene in a strike or hartal if there is no announcement from the government on the constitution of Cabinet Subcommittee by 27th August 1952. On 26th August 1952, Cabinet Subcommittee constituted to ponder upon Mulki rules and non-Mulki's domination in the state. 27th to 30 August 1952, students conducted peaceful rallies to bring awareness among masses, but the police disrupted this peaceful rally with lathi charge. Spread of Ghair Mulki movement to other regions of Hyderabad state. As part of the Mulki movement, students have conducted a public meeting on 24th August 1952 at Bollaram, Hyderabad. The first high-level public meeting was held on 27th August 1952 in Hyderabad, and it was chaired by Secunderabad Mayor Dr. Timmaraju. 27th August 1952, students marched from Chandargarh to Badruka College in Hyderabad. On the very same day, Nizam College students also conducted a public meeting in Nizam College grounds. 31st August 1952, students rally from Safabad College to Abids to condemn lathi charge on students of Hanmakonda. From 27th August 1952 to 2nd September 1952, many public meetings, hartals, strikes and rallies were conducted against Ghair Mulkis in places like Hyderabad, Warangal and many other districts. Hyderabad Hitta Rakshana Samiti, established on 15th August 1952 by Chincholi MLA G. Ramachari. Ramachari was from Kalyana, Karnataka region of Nizam state and worked as a minister in the Lik Ali cabinet of Nizam government. City College incident. Date of incident: September 3, 1952. Students initially gathered to protest against the Warangal incident and later took out a rally which was joined by many commoners. 3rd September 1952, under the provision of Section 22 of Hyderabad City Police Act, Police Commissioner Sri Shiva Kumar Lal passed orders not to conduct any strikes, meetings and rallies. Despite the fact that City College Principal Dr. Ramalal informed the students about these orders, students started massive protests. Many politicians including Venkataswamy, Mulchand Lakshmi Narayana and Konda Lakshman Bapuji tried to dissuade the students from taking out a rally, but the students were resolute. Gradually, the rally became uncontrollable. There was an exchange of stones and the police lathi charged the agitators. This resulted in firing in which 2 people were killed on the spot and 2 others died later in the hospital. It also resulted in injuries to many police personnel and the general public. Names of the people who were killed: Muhammad Qasim died on spot, Shaikh Muhammad died on spot, Jamaluddin died in the hospital, Ramulu died in the hospital. After the incident, on September 4, 1952, students agitated near the Usmania General Hospital for the dead bodies. Padmaja Naidu, Jayasurya Naidu, and Dr. Vagdevi tried to control the agitation of the students. However, delays in handing over the bodies resulted in massive agitations. While the students were protesting against the dead bodies, the police secretly buried the dead bodies near the Mir Alam tank. And knowing this, the chief minister immediately ordered the excavation of these bodies and handed them over to their families. Protesters set fire to the CM cars. The entire situation resulted in many protests, most important of which was the CM's official car was burned by the agitators. When Burgula Ramakrishna Rao attended the event of Golden Jubilee celebration of Sri Krishna Devaraya Basha Nilayam at Sultan Bazar on 5th September 1952, protesters set CM's car to fire. All these incidents led to police firing in which 4 more people were killed. After that, thousands of students came out of the Abid's Road as a procession and held a meeting at Fatmandu ground. Opposition leaders such as V.D. Deshpande and V.K. Dhage attended this meeting and condemned the police firing. The students even set fire to the car of Swami Ramananda Tirtha, who condemned the agitators' protesters. Measures were taken by the government after City College incident. A cabinet subcommittee was formally announced on September 7, 1952. Members were K.V. Rangareddy, Dr. Melkote Poolchand Gandhi and Nawaz Jung Bahadur. Purpose of the committee: to study the Mulki rules, suggest changes and means of effective implementation of Mulki rules in consultation with the students and the other stakeholders. Justice Pingali Jagan Mohan Reddy committee was appointed to investigate police firing on September 3 and 4. During this meeting, Syed Akhtar Hussain, who was the editor of a Urdu newspaper named Awadh, arrested on 13th September 1952 under Preventive Detention Act. Along with him, another journalist, Begum Sadiq Jahan, was also arrested. Pingali Jagan Mohan Reddy Committee. Date of appointment: September 5, 1952. September 10, 1952, the government issued a formal letter mentioning the criteria for investigation. Situation led to the firing. If needed, an investigation into the case of the agitation by the students. December 28, 1952, date of submission of the report. Nearly 100 witnesses were cross-examined, including the following: Chief Minister Burgula Ramakrishna Rao, Monappa, Inspector General of Police, Shivakumar Lal, Commissioner of Police, Sundarlal Pillai, DCP, Subbayya, Brigadier, Parthasarathi, Hyderabad Collector, Sri Ram Lal, City College Principal. Pingali Jagan Mohan Reddy Committee report. The committee concluded that the City College incident could have been avoided if both the police and students exercised some restraints. It, however, did not hold the police guilty of the action, as it felt that the situation demanded stern action of the police. By the police. The appointment of the above 2 committees marked the end of the 1952 agitation. Significance of 1952 Gair Mulki movement. Reshaped the course of Mulki movement in Hyderabad state. Active involvement of students in the movement acted as a revival fuel for talent Mulki unity in Hyderabad state. City College incident exposed the structural issues in police department. Not only Hyderabad state but the entire country witnessed the power of commoners and students. Inspired other student movements across India.